Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Wellness Wednesday. Today I'm going to be taking you through, to start with, some mantras I use when I'm getting ready in the morning, when I'm getting ready to go to Morning Gloryville, just to turn my makeup routine into a bit of a ritual. So today I'm going to be using gems from In Your Dreams, which is biodegradable, vegan and cruelty-free glitter and products that I'm really excited about. I hope everyone's enjoying the sunshine today. It's such a gorgeous day outside. So before I put things on, I think about what I want to bring into my day. Okay, so what do I want to bring into my day? I want to bring into my day magic and new opportunities. So as I put the face pieces on, glitter, I look in the mirror and say, I want to bring into my day magic and new opportunities. I want to bring into my day magic and new opportunities. I want to bring into my day financial abundance. I want to bring into my day opportunity for change. I want to bring into my day opportunity for change. And this is the most exciting part, the glitter. So yeah, the products I'm using today are by In Your Dreams. And like I said, they are vegan, cruelty-free, biodegradable, so all the good stuff. All the good stuff. It's good to be using glitter that you know not only looks magic, but is also good for the environment. So I'm just using this for the first time. The glitter glue is also made with aloe vera and chamomile, which is really lovely and gentle on the skin. So this is what I do when I usually get ready for my Wellness Wednesdays. So I thought I'd just give you a little behind the scenes tour of what I usually do. And then as I'm getting ready, I think about what I want to be in my day. That's how I shape my mantras around. I'm like, what do I want to be? What do I want to step into in my day? What do I want to step into? I want to step into, if it doesn't come to mind, just take a moment to tune in to my womb, to my tummy area. I want to step into receiving new opportunities for business development. That is what I want to do. I also want to open this glitter. So whilst I'm trying to open this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our first guest that's coming on today. Her name's Deya. She's a cacao sorceress. She is a cacao sorceress. She is a magical cacao sorceress. You may have seen her at our live events. And yes, she's a sorceress with cacao. She runs cacao ceremonies. She facilitates other people who want to learn how to run cacao ceremonies. She teaches people how to run cacao ceremonies. She sells her own Cacao Amore paste, which is absolutely delicious. I've tried it, it's so powerful. Yeah, it's super, super powerful stuff. And she's going to be on shortly, and she's going to tell us about her journey with cacao, about how cacao chose her. And if you guys don't know much about cacao, cacao is a heart opener. It opens our heart, so it's an amazing drink, elixir to drink if you want to open your heart and enhance your connection with the people you're relating with from a more open-hearted space. I know that she also works with cacao at tantra events and parties, at couples connection events. So cacao is a medicine, it's a heart medicine that she's going to be on soon and tell us all about it. So I'm still struggling with this pot of glitter. But yeah, Deya's going to be on soon, and she's going to tell us all about her journey with cacao, and she's got a little cacao ritual for us to do at home, which is going to be awesome. I'm so excited for it. So excited. So excited. For me, I find cacao stronger than coffee, to be honest. And here she is. Hello, Deya. I'd love for you to put your sound on so we can hear you.
Hi there. I didn't realize my sound wasn't on. Hi.
Hey, beautiful. Thank you for joining us today. I was just trying my best to introduce you, but I feel like you can do a better job of it than me. So if you just want to start by introducing yourself and what you do, that would be awesome.
Okay, thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. My name is Deya, and I am a cacao sorceress. And a cacao sorceress is, so the word sorceress has ancient meaning, and its meaning, it's a person that communicates with the plants and shares their wisdom with humanity, with the people. So yeah, that's pretty much me. So I communicate with cacao, and I share her messages of joy and freedom and playfulness and curiosity with my community.
Amazing. And how did you first start speaking to cacao? When did she start speaking to you?
Well, I'm originally born in Ecuador, and I grew up there till about the age of 16 or 17. So cacao was always a part of my life, my upbringing. Abuelita, my grandmother, will make cacao from a fresh block every morning and every evening. And so I've been connected with her since childhood. But how it came to me in terms of ceremony was actually when, after living in Europe for about 10 or 11 years, I felt the calling to go to Mexico. And I arrived in Mexico, and 2 months within my travels, I attended my first cacao ceremony. So it was the first time that I knew, was when I realized that cacao was used ceremoniously. And it was in that ceremony that I felt her power beyond I had before. So that's how I discovered that we could drink cacao ceremoniously.
Wow. And that's really beautiful that you grew up with her. She seems like she was weaved into your path from the start.
Yeah.
And how do you work with cacao now? And what messages does she give you?
Thank you for that. So I would like to share a bit of a backstory, if that's okay, just to bring in the context. So after I trained in Mexico, and I learned from this beautiful couple from Cacao Sana, I lived with them for 2 months, and I learned with them for a little while. And my intention was not to share cacao in ceremony, but was just to work with Mama Cacao. But of course, the universe has always bigger plans for us than we do for ourselves. And so a year or so later, after living with them in Mexico, I arrived in California, to a place called Joshua Tree, a really magical place. And I was there sort of by chance. Yeah, you've been there, it's so magical. So I was there sort of by chance, and I arrived at a place, I won't say its name just to keep its privacy. But when I got there, the woman who lived there at the time, and her family, she said that the feminine energy of the land wasn't flowing, and that there were loads of things within the land that were representing this, and that she had asked her guides, her wisdom, her inner wisdom, what to do. And she had had a dream about holding a gathering there, and that the opening ceremony for the gathering should be a cacao ceremony, to bring in the energy of the feminine, and that a person or a woman that knew how to share cacao ceremony will arrive just before the gathering. So when she told me this story, I was like, cool, so who is this person? And it was, she was like, well, didn't you just say that you just came from like Mexico and Guatemala, and like, don't you have some cacao? And I got goosebumps when she said this, because then I realized, oh my gosh, maybe it is me. Because I got there, I didn't know about this gathering or anything. So anyway, I was very skeptical about it a little bit, because I was like, well, you know, it's who am I to share cacao in ceremony? You know, I've just been learning, but the intention was never to share. And so after like a few days of indagation and really feeling like I needed to get over myself, so to speak, and let go of my fears and my insecurities and just fully embody what Mama Cacao brings, which is that joy and that sharing. We held a cacao ceremony. There was about 50 or 60 people at this gathering, and it was really beautiful. There was loads of singing. At this time, I didn't feel confident singing. I'm still on that journey. But yeah, everybody sang. People knew things like songs from Rainbows and what have you from all over the place. And the custodian of the land, he came to join us, and he never joins any events that happens there. So that was like quite big. And then for a few days after that, although I was feeling very grateful, I had a lot of questioning within me. And it's something that it seems to be coming up for a lot of people now, which is this cultural misappropriation and borrowing and taking things from others. So even though I was born in Ecuador, even though I grew up there, even though I trained with people in Mexico and I lived with them, I still was insecure whether I had permission to do this or not, whether I had studied enough, whether I had been given the blessing or not. So I had all this questioning and just kept asking Mama Cacao, was this okay? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? At this point, I didn't know what my life's calling was. And a few days later, Gina, the woman who had the first vision, told me that a gathering was to happen in the land. They just had a booking from Spirit with us. This was on the second year that they were doing. They're a big gathering now, big gathering of women in the States, but this was the second gathering. And they had just booked the land to have a gathering of 1,000 women there. So I saw that as a huge sign that, yeah, I'm on the right path. And even to top it up, my teachers, the woman I learned cacao with, came to this festival and facilitated a cacao ceremony, and just kind of, just help me feel okay, like help me feel that I have permission to share these medicine. Yeah. And so you asked me, how do I work with her now? And thank you so much for listening. I love sharing that story. So how do I work with her now? I feel the way I work with her now, it's about empowerment. I really want to empower people into finding their inner wisdom, their inner joy. So what is it that brings you joy, and what are your values, and how can you live according to them? Because you know, it's easy to live life according to other people, according to society, to our upbringing, to our culture, according to our goals, you know, what it is that I want to achieve. But this may not bring us happiness. And I feel like as a society, we have forgotten what we truly value. And when we peel away the layers of all that we do and we find the value in that, then anything that we do, it's a creation of that love, of that wisdom, of that which we hold dear. And so I facilitate cacao ceremonies. I had a cacao station, or I have a cacao station at Morning Gloryville that I'm so excited to have another in-person live event. And I also have my business that I founded a couple of years ago, and it's called Cacao Amore. So I import cacao from Ecuador, and I work with a community there, they have maybe about 20 and 30 farms, and I'm focusing with 3 farms at the moment, just to make sure that we can support them. And I buy the cacao from them, and then we process it in Ecuador in a specific way, so that it's like fully ceremonial. So ceremonial means single origin, that is being processed with lots of love and care, and in a way that all its chemical compounds are intact and activated, because there's difference, right, between cacao paste or coveted chocolate and ceremonial cacao. I think ceremonial cacao is that which has all those chemical bioactive compounds available for us and hasn't been destroyed in the process. And yeah, I also teach people how to communicate, or I facilitate people into deeper communication with cacao, and I do that online. And I facilitate online ceremonies at the moment as well, and workshops with my partner.
When's your next one?
My next one is tomorrow, actually. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for asking. Yeah. So tomorrow we have a cacao and conscious relating, so compassionate communication for couples. Yeah, and that one I'm really excited about, because something that's really magical about cacao is that you know, here we're Morning Gloryville and this community, we're about wellness, right? But what is wellness? Wellness is such a large topic, and it encompasses many things. So it's physical wellness, it's spiritual wellness, mental wellness. You know, so it's so broad, and what wellness means to me may mean something different to you, to our viewers. And I feel cacao is that bridger that bridges the spirituality, the emotional, the physical, because it's such a powerful food that it has so many nutritional values, as well as loads of chemicals that are so good for us, and the spirit. And one of the chemicals that I want to touch upon actually, before we go into our practice, is anandamide. Right, and anandamide, you might know it, it's also called the bliss molecule. And this is a chemical that we produce ourselves when we are doing things that bring us joy. So when we kiss, when we hug, when we dance, when we make love, when we go on hikes, when we go running, when we do things that bring us joy, we produce this chemical. And interesting enough, cacao is one of 2 foods that produce anandamide. And I think that's so, yeah.
And what's the other one?
I feel that's so curious. So the other one is actually black truffles, a mushroom.
Yum.
Yeah.
And I quickly want to just backtrack. I was speaking on before you came on. Actually, I was introducing you and saying that you also serve cacao at tantric events because it's good for opening the heart. But I'd love for you to share about why you think it is a good complement to doing workshops around relationships or tantra, and why you incorporate it in that way.
Thank you. Yeah, so like I was saying, cacao is that bridger, and is also that bridger within our bodies. So cacao helps us bridge the communion between our heart, our stomach, our womb. So our intuition, our instincts, and our heart, our emotions, our feelings, and our brain, our thoughts. So she creates that bridge, again, just with the intention and also with the chemicals it has. So cacao helps us produce dopamine and serotonin, which most of it is actually produced in our stomach. And then cacao has, and I struggle with this word, menthol like some minds or something like this, which is theobromine and caffeine fall into this category. So because it has that magnesium and a few other things, is a blood vessel diluter. So it actually helps the blood, the heart open, like physically, like pump, and dilutes the blood vessels. So if there's any blood clots or people with high blood pressure, it really is really good for them. So it literally opens the heart and it helps the blood flow happen. And then it oxygenates the brain because of these, and also giving us anandamide, which again, if we're focusing on breath work and meditation and dancing and other tantric practices, we're already starting to produce it. And then if we have the cacao beforehand, then it's going to help us, it's going to give us more, as well as it being an MOI inhibitor. So it means that when we receive the anandamide and we produce the anandamide, it inhibits it, so it lasts longer. So rather than you get a peak and then a fall, you get a peak, like you go into a peak and then you stay there, and there's not really fall from it. Yeah. She's such a magic.
You should call yourself a cacao scientist, because you are well and truly scientifically qualified, as well as magically qualified to be a sorceress. I'm so impressed by your depth of knowledge.
Oh, thank you, sister. I would like to share, there is actually an article that we wrote recently with my partner, who's a research psychologist, on the well-being of cacao and chocolate. So it's on my blog, on my website, and he basically put together like 20 or 40 years of research that's been done on cacao. He put it into this one paper, summarizing like all the notes. And you know, we're really lucky, it's really fortunate that cacao, that science has had such an interest in cacao, and that so many tests and experiments with consent and with people, no animals harm in the moment, hurt in the process. It's been done, and that he was so excited to put it all together. And it's a really magical plant. We're so lucky, you know, in the world to have it, because if we think about it, chocolate is everywhere. Yeah, it might be like in its diluted form with milk and sugar and you know, it has a dark side to it too. But the fact is that chocolate is everywhere. Pretty much everybody in the world knows what it is. And so whether it's high quality or just your standard chocolate, everybody is receiving that spirit in a way or another.
Amazing. Wow. So much knowledge to soak in. Thank you. Or maybe it's time to soak in that knowledge by you taking us through your mini cacao ritual. Is this something you do at home on a regular basis?
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I pretty much drink cacao every day. Depending on the intention and what I do, I add different things to it. And small doses. So a ceremonial dose is anything between 20 and 44 grams. I usually put like between 40 and 44 for ceremonies. So for a day to day, I tend to have just 10 grams and we'll add different things. And cacao loves to be sung. So when I prepare it, I always sing it. I always mix it by hand. I always make sure that the water is not boiled, not boiling when I add the cacao, so not to harm all these chemicals. And what I would like to share today is a journey with cacao through chocolate, because exactly, because chocolate, it's easier for people to get. Yes, you can come on my website and I will give a specific discount code for the Morning Gloryville tribe, and you can buy yourself some ceremonial grade cacao that you can prepare. Different recipes also offered on my website. But today I wanted to take us through a little chocolate journey, because anybody can just go and get some chocolate and it's easily available. So my recommendation would be that you get dark chocolate and preferably made from cacao mass rather than cocoa powder and butter, because unless it's raw, it's probably not going to have all of that chemical goodness, although the spirit, of course, is still going to be present. So just to give you some examples of things you can get in the UK, there's this one, Cacao Temple. They're like a really beautiful company based in Dosage, all handmade, like absolutely divine. And I love the name Cacao Temple, that like totally vibes. And then my partner loves to get me rare chocolates from Europe. So I have like Vivani. So other chocolates that you can have that are like high, like this, high vibe or like good quality, are like Ombas, or, you know, in health food store, even in Tesco's, if you just go to the area and just try to get something that is a little bit dark so that you get to enjoy that. So what we want to do is we get our chocolate, and I'm really excited. Which one am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do one that is 89% cacao, so that is dark and I don't get confused with other flavors. So we want to get our chocolate, and first what we want to do is we want to close our eyes and just take a moment to feel into our bodies. So just notice if there's any tension on the shoulders or on the back. You just want to relax your shoulders, have your back straight. Any tension on the belly, just relaxing the belly and just really feeling our body held by the earth in whichever way we are sitting. And then with the chocolate piece on our hands, we smell it. And not just gently inhaling, but like proper smell, like big breath in. So we really connect with that breath, with that consciousness. And when we breathe the cacao, the element there is earth. And so we want to smell our chocolate, and as we smell it, we want to feel at the bottom of our feet, or imagine these energetic roots that come out of our feet and go into the ground. And we keep breathing the chocolate, smelling it. And the more that we smell it, we start to notice that our mouth is getting wet. And we come together with the water element. And so if we have a dry mouth, we can't taste. So we need that cohesion of the element water. So then we take a bite. I'm going to take a little one so I can keep talking. So you take a bite and allow the chocolate to melt in your mouth for a moment. So not just chew it just yet, but just allow that tongue your beautiful tongue to just feel the chocolate, feel the flavors. And we start to notice what's coming out for us. So what does the flavor remind us of? Does it bring back any memory or any sensations? How does that feel in the body? And then we listen. We connect with ether, with the infinite field of possibilities. And we listen for the messages, for the message of Mama Cacao. So whatever remembrance, whatever thought, whatever thing we imagined when the chocolate is in our mouth and we taste it, whatever came out for us, the question is, what is Mama Cacao telling us with it? What is she inviting us to look at? Perhaps it's a happy memory, or perhaps it's a challenging moment. Perhaps it's something we really want or something we really don't want. So what is the message behind that? When we connect with that, we listen. And perhaps the chocolate by this point has fully melted in our mouths. Perhaps we've taken another bite and we've chewed it and we swallow it. And as we swallow it, the digestive fire in our bellies is ignited. And it's the fire of transformation. So it's that transformative fire that's going to absorb all that deliciousness, goodness from the chocolate, from the cacao, and it's going to help us digest it and absorb all those beautiful chemicals and create all the chemicals that allows us to create. And then with the fire, we also tune into our vision. So from the message that Mama Cacao brings us, what is our vision with it? What are we seeing? What are we wanting to create? And how does the transformative fire of our life experiences, of our road, our journey thus far, what does it give us? How can we transform those life experiences into the vision that we see? And then I'll invite us to just gently touch our own hands. Just bringing that sensation of touch, of creation. And just bring the intention to give yourself permission to do whatever needs to be done, whatever you need to do, whatever you need to let go of, whatever you need to transform, whatever you need to learn, whatever you need to be curious about, playful and joyful about. Give yourself permission and give your hands permission to bring that vision into the world, into your community. And just know that Mama Cacao is here to support you with helping you ground into the earth and feel nourished, to give you all that beautiful nutrition that you need. If you're eating chocolate, and to give you all that sweetness and goodness and different flavors and aromas and journeys. And she's also here to support you mentally, to help you calm that monkey mind, to bring some oxygen to the brain and allow the ideas and the thoughts to move freely. So I'm going to invite us to bring one hand to our heart and one hand to just below the belly button. Just give thanks. Give thanks for the opportunity to be alive in this moment. Give thanks for the opportunity to be able to receive such a wonderful plant in our lives like cacao, chocolate. And give thanks for love, for joy, and for curiosity. May our feet walk gently upon the earth. May our mouths know how to speak truth, kindness, and helpfulness. And may our visions see beauty and love everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was such a transformative practice. Wow. Yeah, thank you, Deya.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, I feel the room's great after that. So thank you so much for sharing it. I've got my next guest coming in soon, so if you just want to tell us where people can find you.
Thank you. Yes, so my Instagram is at CacaoAmor Tantra, and then my website is CacaoAmor.com, and you can find about my event tomorrow if you want to join us. I think we have a space for 1 or 2 other couples. If you want to join us, get in touch. And yeah, there's my website and my Instagram and Facebook, the same, Cacao Amore. And you can also find me live next time on our next Morning Gloryville, which I hope is going to be really soon.
Yeah, so we have a Pride party coming up on Saturday.
Yay!
So hopefully you'll be joining us from at home with your own blissful cacao party.
Yay. Thank you so much, Tania. It's such a pleasure to speak to you and to share. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and for taking the moment to connect with Mama Cacao. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing your magic with us. And I'll leave your discount code and all your details. It'll be in the caption as well when we put this up.
Thank you,
okay. Guys. Thank you so much, beautiful. Have a great day.
Bye.
Oh, hello. Okay.
Hi.
Hello, Lauren.
How are you doing? You look
I'm really well, thanks. Pardon?
You look amazing. I'm absolutely loving this.
Thank you. It's from In Your Dreams, which is a biodegradable, vegan and cruelty-free glitter company.
Yes, I've heard of it actually. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, they make awesome things. So how are you today, lovely?
I am good, really good. It's so warm today. Summer is here, finally.
Summer is here, loud and clear. So what I would love for you to do is just to introduce yourself and what you do as a wellness curator, because to me that sounds like the coolest job in the world.
I do love it, yes. So I guess it all kind of started with Saiki, which is my wellbeing platform. And Saiki was really born out of like an exploration of wellness. So a few years back, I was suffering from a bit of anxiety, which kind of manifested as like a physical pain across my chest. And I remember a friend of mine recommended to go to like a sound healing. And at the time, I'd not really heard of it before and I'd not experienced it. But I went along anyway, not really knowing much about it. And I went and I just remember it just completely alleviated any pressure. It almost kind of rebalanced my energy. And I think at that point, it was kind of, that's when I kind of reconnected to well-being. I was lucky enough to grow up with a mum who's so passionate about natural remedies and holistic health. So I guess for me, it was kind of reconnecting with all those kind of practices that actually will help me now. So Saiki was kind of born out of that. And in terms of wellness curation, I've been working in events and experiences for years. So I actually started off in charity work and doing charity events. So it's kind of grown from there. And I feel like I've just kind of streamlined my passion for holistic health with Saiki and the sort of events and curation piece.
Amazing. And can you tell me a little bit about what your latest wellness curation project is?
Yeah, so we have got the Great Feast of London, which is very exciting. It's going to be the 3rd to the 5th of July. So we're kind of merging the physical and the digital. We've got food, we've got well-being, we've got music and lots of fun experiences. So in terms of food, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've really missed restaurants and chefs in this lockdown. So it's really exciting to kind of see a few of those familiar names and faces pop back up with our food offering, which is amazing. It's all pre-order. So get in that early and you can pre-order your food wherever you are in London. In terms of well-being, which is my role. So
it will arrive to your door after you order?
Yeah, wherever you are in London. So that's where your home address. We're actually also delivering to parks. So if you want to hang out in a park on Saturday or Sunday, and that's cool, we can come to you. There'll be like an allocated point in the park where we'll meet you and give you the food. So that's great. And what else have we got? So well-being, that's my piece where I've kind of structured the whole program on the philosophy of self, community and the earth, which is a lovely expansive kind of brief really to kind of create something really special. So we've got this is all virtual, so it'll be breath work, yoga, meditation, a tea ceremony, we've got sound energy healings, a sleep workshop. There's so much to do and get involved in. So yeah, it's really exciting. And in terms of music, the biggest news, obviously, is that Morning Gloryville are going to be at the Great Feast of London. So yeah, we've got a lot going on over the whole weekend.
Awesome. Yes, can't wait to join that as part of Vibe Tribe, dancing, bringing all the good vibes.
Exactly.
Cool. So I'd love to know, like, what's the best part of your job, and what do you look for when you're curating wellness experiences?
Good question. So I feel like it really depends on who I'm working with. So for instance, with the Great Feast of London, as a team, we kind of all got together and spoke about our values and what was important to us as a team and individually. And I feel like, you know, you're kind of creating a character or a sort of being. So, you know, what do we stand for and how do we want to kind of, you know, it's great having all of these amazing well-being sessions, and obviously they're going to be great for you. But I think it's a really beautiful thing to kind of weave in a narrative, just to kind of give it a little bit more meaning. So yes, so when I talk about curation, I suppose I kind of try to understand the brand or the company, and then create something based on their values.
Cool. Sounds like part like psychology and part wellness.
Yeah, it's interesting. You can take it wherever you want. You know, it's kind of creating something that's kind of engaging and interesting to really immerse yourself in. I think for me, it's kind of, my passion is in holistic, sustainable and transformative experiences. To be able to kind of elevate an event, to have that kind of meaning behind it, I think is a really special thing to be able to do.
And what wellness or transformative experiences are going to be happening at the Great Feast?
We've got a lot. So we've got some familiar names and faces. I'm sure you guys will probably know, like BreathPod, who's going to do an amazing breathwork session on Friday night. We've got More Yoga doing some amazing yoga and meditation classes. We have Josie Danielle doing a gorgeous sound healing. We have Project Anya doing a journaling session. We have a foraging workshop by the gorgeous Poppy Okocha, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know about you, but with lockdown, I feel like everyone's been kind of growing their own things and like making all these concoctions. So it's, yeah, it's exciting. And we've got a workshop with stylists who are going to take us through how to get a really good night's sleep. I feel like at the moment, especially with lockdown and the pandemic, and there's a lot of kind of stress that comes with that, and I feel like a lot of people are feeling that. So I feel like sleep is super important to your own well-being. So they're going to talk us through some sort of tips and tricks, which will hopefully lull us into a lovely night's sleep on a Sunday.
Oh, that sounds epic. That sounds so so beautiful. I can't wait to join in.
Yeah.
Yes, can't wait. And what's your like daily wellness routine or wellness tips?
Ooh, okay, so I have quite a few. I love it, but I've tried to narrow it down for you. And I suppose for me, I love making potions. So that looks a lot like, I've got a bit of a Blue Peter moment here. Here's some I made earlier. But one of my favourites is this adaptogen blend. So Natalia Botanicals do these amazing adaptogen blends. So adaptogens are like a group of non-toxic herbs, and they're basically like, I mean, they've been used for thousands of years in Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, and you can just mix them into your coffee or your tea or your smoothies. And if you take them regularly, it's a real kind of balancer. So whether that's kind of emotional or physical, it kind of meets you wherever you are. So these are really great. And also Glow Bar. I don't know if, do you know Glow Bar?
No. Oh, yes.
In central London, it's really fab, like a really gorgeous cafe, and their Yoni moon milk is amazing. I love this so much. This is just like a real bedtime ritual that I absolutely adore. So,
is it called Yoni moon milk?
Yoni moon milk, yes.
Do you put it on your yoni?
Well, no judgment. You do you. But, this is just basic. I mix it up with like a almond milk or a coconut milk, and it's like a cacao ginger blend kind of mix, and it is absolutely delicious. It's like pretty good for that time of the month or something like that. It's perfect for. And lastly, I've got my little rose tincture, which I've been doing my own little blends. And like rose, I guess, like heart medicine, exactly that, and it's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So for me, I love adding this into like a cacao drink of an evening, and it just feels like just really heartwarming, I suppose. It's really good for anxiety or grief or loss or anything like that. I actually gave this to one of my friends recently, and I try to explain it like, if you ever just need a really big dose of love one day, this is the one. So watch this space. I'll be bringing them soon.
Beautiful. It's like you've got your own little apothecary going on over there. Awesome. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing all of that with us. What else do I want to ask you? I feel like you've been a constant stream of all the wellness information. How can people join in with the Great Feast? How can people get involved?
Absolutely. So the Great Feast of London is obviously a virtual experience, other than the food, which will be physically delivered to you. So we've got a website, greatfeast.com, and it's where you'll find all the programming. So that goes across music, wellbeing, and we've got all of our food options. That's where you'd order your food from. So I think my advice is to get in there soon, because especially with some of the food, we've only got an X amount of orders. So once they're gone, and it's pre-order only. So it's definitely good to get in there and kind of get the food that you want, which I need to do as well. I've already mapped out exactly what I'm eating over the whole weekend. And the same for, well, basically with the wellbeing sessions as well. You can find them all there, and you can sign up, and we'll send you the details of how to join virtually. And obviously for Morning Gloryville as well, which is on the Saturday morning on the 4th of July.
Awesome. And can you give us a taste of what kind of food is going to be available?
There's a real mixed bag. So we've got some amazing chefs like Nuno Mendes, Neil Rankin, restaurants like Egg Slut and Snack Bar. They're two of my favourites. I've been eyeing them up already. So yeah, a real mix. So some of them are going to be hot food, so it will be delivered to you ready to eat, and some of them are going to be more like recipe kits, so you can kind of get busy in the kitchen as well. And we're going to be doing some amazing cook-alongs as well. So even if you're not quite sure if you can kind of whip it up, we're going to have like these amazing videos with the chefs who will literally be talking you through step by step.
Amazing. And lastly, before you go, what advice would you give to someone who wants to be a wellness curator and wants your job?
I guess for me, it kind of happened quite organically, just because I had the event and programming experience and a real passion, I guess, for holistic health. And I've kind of streamlined those two things together. I think with anything, it's like, if you're passionate about something, just throw yourself into it. And for me, that kind of firstly manifested as the Saiki website, which is like the Saiki zine, for instance, where I interview lots of different gurus and experts and teachers and amazing people about their practice. So that's how it started, because it was almost like my own exploration as well. So I feel like, you know, just follow the passion, I guess, and just find out what it is that, you know, how to kind of channel that passion that works for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Lauren. I feel like that's everything I wanted to ask you today.
Thank you for having me.
It's cute. That's great. You're welcome. It's it's mid hay fever season, so I'm working through all the lovely pieces of pollen that are flowing.
No,
Wow, I've got a big aeroplane just going overhead.
Gosh, I was going to say, have some local honey. That will help.
Yeah, I've tried that and peppermint oil. But it's still there, but it's okay. I'm working through it. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on today, Lauren. And just one more time, where can people get tickets for Great Feast?
So yes, so the Great Feast of London, we've got an Instagram account which you can link to the website, but it's greatfeast.com, and that's where you're going to find everything. So yeah, sign up, get involved, and yeah, excited.
Delicious. I'm going to see whether I'm in the postcode for food delivery, because I've definitely missed all of those places.
Amazing. Do it.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Lauren. And I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Weren't our guests today so beautiful? Such beautiful practice. I don't think I'm going to take that and connect with my cacao and my chocolate on a whole different level now. So that was really, really special. And so good to know that we can have all our favourite delicious food delivered to us through the Great Feast Festival, as well as have awesome entertainment. Morning Gloryville going to be dancing there, and there's also lots of awesome wellness practitioners going to be there as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Before I go today, I just wanted to tell you guys that I know you've probably been waiting at home for a while and thinking, when can I dance in my living room with Morning Gloryville again? But have no fear. We are back at the weekend. We are back at the weekend, 27th of June, this Saturday, from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. And this weekend is our Pride celebration. And it's also Morning Gloryville's personal 7th birthday. Can you believe it? We are 7. So you're going to be experiencing what you usually get, the Morning Gloryville magic of a sober rave from the comfort of your own home. We're going to have dancing, live DJs, wellness workshops, mindfulness, wisdom talks, yoga, and it's going to be epic. Like the dress code is going to be rainbow, so we can commemorate and celebrate Pride and Pride Month as well, and diversity and inclusivity. But we really want you to be as unique as you are. So come in your most unique, sparkly you self, and that's perfect. I'll just tell you a little bit about what we've got coming up as well. We're going to have Jambo Dragon teaching fun yoga flow. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced Jambo's teaching, but he is so magic. I had a psycho magic reading with him, which changed my life. And he has got a genius level of knowledge of the body when it comes to anatomy and Chinese meridian lines and postures. So he is just an incredible teacher. You are in for such a treat being led by him, honestly. He is epic. So we're going to have an opening ceremony with Pride London as well, which you'll be able to access from the comfort of your own home. We've got DJ Kaz Coronel, DJ Darren James, DJ Solita, and we've got a soundscape adventure as well at 1 o'clock. And we also have talks in our Wisdom Lounge. We're going to have Pride Talks with Pride in London and Club Soda. So make sure you head to our website, get your tickets, and join us on Saturday, because it's going to be an absolutely epic party, and we'd really love for you to join us. So thank you everyone for coming. This is all from this week's Wellness Wednesday. If you are a member of our Morning Gloryville community and would like to be in Wellness Wednesday, please just drop us a DM on Instagram, or drop me a DM on Instagram. I'm at Tania Rose Willis, and I'd love to have you on and hear all about your wellness practice. So enjoy the sunshine today, guys, and wishing you an awesome day. Bye.